If you've clicked this title, you can tell kind of what the video is about, but also you probably have a lot of questions, but also that was me in the situation. It's just a confusing situation. My name's Cassandra, and on this channel we do everything life, beauty, art. If that sounds good to you, subscribe and buckle up for this video. Let's just backtrack to the beginning to try to make sense of this for you. This was quite a few years ago at this time. I was pretty young. Looking back, I feel like a few of these things could have been a red flag for sure. And I definitely think I got love bombed. I'm just a little embarrassed for younger me, but it is what it is. There was this guy I had met on Tinder. I know, worst beginning to a story. It's how you know to go get the popcorn. Guys, he seemed perfect. He seemed perfect. That should have been a red flag. So, of course, we started talking. Within literally a few days of seeing each other, we basically started dating. He introduced me to his family. He introduced me to his best friend. So at this point, I'm just going full goo goo gaga for this guy. We are obsessed, okay? Fast forward, we spent like Christmas and everything together. My birthday's right before Christmas. So we spent my birthday, Christmas together, okay? For Christmas too, he gets me this book, okay? This poem book. Poems about love. He writes all this stuff in it, okay, about how I'm just his world. I am the girl of his dreams, okay? So at this point, I am thinking that this man is in love with me. I'm thinking I am in love with this man. Well, this is where the story starts to go sideways. Just to give a little backstory to all of this, I have had body dysmorphia for a lot of my life. I've struggled with body image. Well, in this point in my life when I was seeing him, I had lost a lot of weight and I was just feeling really good about myself. So I was posting photos looking good, okay? And this man ends up breaking up with me. So that seemed ridiculous to me in its own right. Then he goes on to tell me that I am not wholesome enough and that he wants a more wholesome girl. After that also too, I end up finding his ass on Tinder. His Tinder bio, it literally says where the wholesome girl's at. Okay. I am destroyed after this. Fucked up in the head, okay? Because of this man. Well, obviously I don't keep up to date with him. Then he pops back around. You know how it goes, girls. Because they always realize that they did you dirty. We end up talking again. We end up seeing each other again. Coming over, hooking up, cooking dinners together. Here I am thinking that we're like rekindling this romance. I thought it was like this grand sign. I thought we were just like supposed to be together. This man has a different plan, okay? Apparently just being his little side chick while he's talking to this man in Mississippi. I don't find out about this right now though, okay, alright? He started acting kind of weird, of course. Confronted him and I was like, okay, like what's going on? Like what are we? What's happening? You know, because I had a lot of feelings involved at this point. Like I was invested in this man. I was delusional, I get it. But back then, dude, I was wrapped up in this. Kind of just gives me the normal F-boy excuse. I cut him off after that point. I was not paying attention to what he was doing, nothing like that. Then you know how it goes, a few months go by. I start wondering what he's doing, what's going on. I just have a lot of questions in the situation. This is where I find out he moved to Mississippi. I find out on his Instagram, I see he's traveling. Well then, okay, lo and behold, this man reached out to me again while he's in Mississippi. Basically, he had reached out to apologize, but like not apologize really, just kind of like sort of apologize and kind of like brag about his life. Me being the detective I am, I started asking questions. I'm trying to find out about his little life he's got going on in Mississippi. And boy, do I wish I had screenshots, dude. I erased everything after this, and you can probably tell why. It was a little bit traumatic. So this man proceeds to tell me that he moved all the way to Mississippi, okay? Alright. He's now living with a man. Alright. A man that's a sorcerer. Okay. I wish I had the messages for this, but he literally told me that this man was teaching him how to manipulate fire and air. Are you the new airbender? Are you here to save us? So I'm just sitting there like, okay, alright. This is where the story really gets juicy, folks. If it wasn't juicy enough already. I think like a week passed at this time. I'm sitting with my best friend at the time, okay? She's just scrolling Facebook, you know. What does she stumble upon? When I tell you what is about to happen next, a relationship status between my ex And this new man, who we assume is the sorcerer, the man's profile looked so suspicious, and it literally said that he had went to Harvard. I'm just gonna tell you, this didn't look like someone that went to Harvard. I'm just gonna say instinctually, I don't think this man went to Harvard. Who's being catfished here? I could be wrong. He could be a sorcerer that attended Harvard. Not only does this man leave town after he gets me deeply involved for the second time, he moves to Mississippi, which, mind you, is not close at all to where I live. And he starts dating a sorcerer. I straight up asked him too, like, are you dating a man? There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just crazy that it took you all of that and hurting me in the process to go off and live your fantasy with a sorcerer man. I feel like my feelings could have been spared in the situation, but also I was very foolish to even get into that situation because there were many red flags. I'm just gonna say, I have even seen him after all of this happened to try to get clarity on the situation, and I'm still so confused, to be honest. If you as a viewer can take anything from this, hopefully it is to look at the red flags, girlfriend. So that is it for today's video. I know it was a crazy one, but it is a story that needs to be shared. And stay away from those boys on Tinder, dude. Honestly, nothing good has ever come out of Tinder for me, and I could do quite a few story times about just the mishaps. I don't want no other girls out there experiencing a man leaving them for a sorcerer in Mississippi, okay? Stay safe out there, ladies. If you like this and you want to see more story times, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.